I'm Mary Jane Mapes, and I'm here to share with you just a bit about this book, Murder on Cinnamon Street, written by a dear friend, Lyla Fox. I want to share with you the opening of this book because I think once you hear it, you're going to want to read the book. Only when she heard the door open did she remember she'd forgotten to lock it. For a few seconds, the fear that accompanied her most of her life returned in a surge. Then she saw the figure in the doorway and relaxed. It was always good to see a friend. That's why the first blow caught her totally off guard and sent her reeling. Why? Was the question she struggled to utter before another blow rendered the answer irrelevant. Clara was dead. That's the way this book, Murder on Cinnamon Street, begins, and it just keeps getting better and better. Hey, if you like cozy mysteries that have charm, some side-splitting humor, and great lovable characters that you'll want to hear more and more from, along with a love interest that's sexy enough to keep you turning the pages, then this book, Murder on Cinnamon Street, is for you. You won't find any crude language. You won't find any graphic sex scenes about burning hot loins or bulging breasts that are bigger than Dolly Parton's. You're not going to find anything that leaves nothing to the imagination. But you will find a delightful young woman in the main character, Elizabeth Catherine Clary, better known as E to her friends. She returns to her hometown of Camphor, Michigan, to hide from her panic attacks and to mourn the loss of her beloved mother. You'll also find two of the funniest characters I've read about in a long time, Madge Bobick and Mignon Delano, late friends of E's mother, who turn out to be a blessing and a curse because they're always into her business. And they're certainly not happy about the fact that E has fallen for a hunky, handsome gardener's son that every young woman in town is hot to trot for. Of course, it doesn't help that Madge and Mignon live in one of Cinnamon Street's majestic Victorians, not too dissimilar from the one down the street at the opposite end where Clara Nagel was bludgeoned to death. You know, Clara's death is just one of many dark and horrifying ones that paralyze the people in the small town of Camphor and send E's panic attacks roaring. You know, I read Lyla's book and I loved it, and I passed it off to my husband and I said, hey, read this, I think you'll like it. He kind of rolled his eyes, tossed it back at me the next day and said, hey, good book. Well, coming from my husband, that's a real compliment because he is not a fan of mysteries. You know, if you love memorable, hilarious characters, if you love a sweet love story and a surprise ending, then you're going to love this whodunit. Remember the name Lyla Fox, because after you read Murder on Cinnamon Street, you're going to be looking for more and more from her. So why don't you do yourself a favor and buy a copy of Lyla Fox's book, Murder on Cinnamon Street. It is a great summer read.